First, I just realized I probably should mute James. I don't want to pause him, but I'll mute him. Anybody know who Flubberleaky or the Sim Supply is? You know who I'm talking about when I say James. Please ignore my hair. It's getting heavy. It's getting long, but I don't want to cut it because it's winter and I need the extra warmth at some point. I don't feel good today. Looking at Time Hop, apparently that is a common theme for December 3rd. Headache. Last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. On December 3rd, I had a headache. I've taken meds. I've done what I'm supposed to. Oh, it's pretty bad. I mean, I even had, like, I had to take meds. I was, like, usually I try to power through headaches because I get them so often. It's wisdom teeth, allergies, sinuses. I'm just prone to getting stuff here, and we're supposed to get rain and stuff tomorrow, which makes it even worse. But, so I'm trying to power through it, and then all of a sudden, I'm getting really bad abdominal cramps with IBS. That's just not what you want to have. So that's what I dealt with. So I take 2 Advils, and it was gone. Within 20 minutes, pain was completely gone. So that's good. Though I'm tired of the pain. But that's the last time I had to actually take meds for, like, abdominal cramps or like that. It was, like, a few months ago. So, it's IBS aggravated by my IUD because of the placement of it and being really short-waisted. Everything is all compressed. And I've actually had, like, an ultrasound, internal and external, and she actually did show how compressed everything is. So bad I actually had a foot stuck up in a rib underneath my boob. I have actually where my rib kind of curves out, and there's a little bit of a gap. And my son has the birthmark to prove his foot was stuck to my ribs when he came out. It was actually imprint in his foot, not just a weird birthmark. No, it was an imprint in his foot, and it was curved, and the indent was perfect for, like, being stuck between a rib. And even the nurses were like, okay, it's like going. I told him there was a thing. Doctor still denied it. There was even, like, a dead spot. Anyway, I could go on for like an hour complaining about that doctor. I did not like him, and that I didn't have a choice. Small town. That was the only doctor they had. Anyway, today is all about literally nomming on some brownies from Thanksgiving. I've had half of Code Red, courtesy of my husband, who brought it home last night. Found out that we only had like a third of a gallon of milk. We just bought some Sunday. Kids drank through a whole gallon of milk in that time frame. So did my husband. And then I had realized while I was going to start dinner, that the food I got out at 11 o'clock yesterday morning still was frozen almost completely solid. It was not going to be thawed. So, the dinner I had, my backup plan, I'm like, oh, it's okay, I can do this. I go look in the cabinet and realize I'm out of that one ingredient that I needed for that. So he was already stopped at the store, and it's like, what the hell, I'll do it. Still had dinner done before 6:15. We were eating before 6:20, which is pretty good. Considering most Tuesdays we're like out the door by that time because usually has scouts at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Hasn't had it, his isn't until next Tuesday. There's actually no plans, no nothing at all this week, which is weird. That's why I'm like, I don't know what to do. Tomorrow's supposed to have a freezing drizzle. That's gonna make me feel comfortable because there's like huge the road that the kids go for school. It's like a huge drop off. I mean, if my truck, I have a Chevy Trailblazer. It's an 01, and it's got 17-inch tires. Well, the rim, so it's 17-inch. And, no, 15. 15. My husband has 17. I have 15s, but it still sits up higher. If I went off the road just slightly, there's so much of the paving, instead of just tearing it up and redoing it, they just add layers of it on top, on top, on top. So it's like foot, 2 feet off where the base of the ground is. So if it falls off, Okay, not quite 2 feet, but at least about close to a foot. I'm really bad at guesstimating, but it's a pretty significant. It would go up like third my tire. Anyway, if I fell, my truck I would roll into the ditch, and the ditch is deep enough where I could actually end up upside down, like on my top. The car most likely would end up kind of 3/4 on its roof, but the truck would end up completely rolled. So can you imagine a bus? And they don't want to do anything about it. And now it's getting even worse because they're doing construction. They're building houses up in some of the parts of the road. So they're like, maybe I'll help with traction. Probably not. And it's the chip and seal in places, and other places it's asphalt. And then there's the little bridge to go over a small little creek, which, those tend to freeze. And then school is under construction because they're actually adding a cafeteria and a gym. Or they added a cafeteria. I think the cafeteria is finished. Now they're doing the gym, but they can't use the cafeteria completely because where the cafeteria is where the old gym was. And until the new gym is done. And then they start construction over Christmas break for the classrooms, which they seriously needed to do. They've had at least 2 classes in portables. And it's been first graders. Does that make you feel comfortable? First graders in portables. And it's gotten really... Usually it's only about 2 classes per grade. My son's grade has 3. And has had 3 since kindergarten. When they do the roundup thing where they're getting all the kindergartners, for the first time ever, they had to do 2 trips for doing the ride along and explaining how the buses work and all of that, even though we knew, but we didn't get to do it with Maddie because we didn't know where she was going to school. We'd gotten confused on that because there's 2 miles up the road. There's another elementary school, and then just up the other way is the one that they actually go to. It's kind of confusing. That's how that works. My phone battery is going to die very soon. I've had it off, I think 1 o'clock's pretty good, but it's been off the charger since about 4:45. 4:45. So that's actually pretty good, considering I've been on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and all of that. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to fall asleep here. But I'm not expecting a phone call anytime soon, which is good. So anyway, I will, fingers crossed, see you tomorrow. Bye!